TMNT 2007. Now, as a preface, I have ties to the Ninja Turtles throughout my childhood, like most people do, just not necessarily with the 80s cartoon, because I was born in 96. So I've seen some of the original film, but my main jumping off point was actually the 2003 cartoon, which I watched fairly frequently. I had a few toys. I played the Game Boy Advance game of the show. So yeah, I still had it ingrained in my childhood a bit, just maybe not the traditional way some people always think of. And I had never seen the 2007 TMNT film up until my wife had been telling me about it. She actually liked it more than at least the internet seems to. And I gotta say, I still gotta watch like the both of the Michael Bay films and a couple of the other random animated films. And I will be doing a video on the original trilogy. But I have to say, honestly, 2007's TMNT is my favorite Ninja Turtles anything I've seen at this point. For starters, I really love and dug the approach of they're not really teenagers anymore. They're they're adults, and they've kind of gone on their own way, gone their separate ways. That really kind of fits with the personalities and characterizations that we've known the Turtles to have over the years. Like Raphael, my favorite turtle, he's become a vigilante and still carrying on crime fighting even years after defeating the Shredder, their ultimate enemy. Mikey and Donatello are tech guys and sort of doing whatever craft is to live. Splinter's sort of just in the shadows and still a mentor, but just carrying on with his ways as well. Leonardo, he's struggled with being a leader and keeping his brothers together, and his purpose really. So he's gone to like a foreign country and is like this mythic protector of a village. Before we get more into that, though, the voice cast is actually more interesting than you might think. You have like freaking Sarah Michelle Gellar as April O'Neil in this one, which I think is pretty perfect. You have a younger Chris Evans as Casey Jones. You even have like Patrick Stewart and Maku doing voices in this. Nolan North, who is a big name in animation and video games, even voicing Deadpool and a lot of things, is Raphael, which is pretty awesome. Uncharted too, of course, but yeah, he's Raphael. I think you even have John DiMaggio in here, who is Bender from Futurama, and actually did a pretty solid Joker in Under the Red Hood. But anyway, I know a lot of people have criticized the animation, like CG mesh style in this one. For me, it wasn't that bad. I don't really see it as being any better, any worse than other animated movies that came out around this time. And for me, the real strength, it's probably the best character work I've seen in a Ninja Turtles movie, really, especially between Raphael and Leonardo, and sort of their ideologies and perspectives on how to handle things, and philosophical looks kind of clash here. And actually come to a head. There's a very good fight between the two in this one, and it feels earned and doesn't just feel like thrown in just for the sake of having the two main turtles fight each other. And I really enjoy that angle and the sort of their arc and growth together in this one. I know a lot of people have criticized the villains in this one too. And I do think the Winters character's a bit dull, but the ancient monsters he draws in themselves that kind of take over what's going on. I thought they were decently imposing, and I can definitely take them more seriously than some of the more traditional Turtles villains. So I don't mind that they went for something different on that end. The action sequences are really good. It was going to be a live action film at one point. I think even John Woo was involved. But of course it eventually became an animated film. But they still keep the way the fight scenes go. There's a Hong Kong martial arts style to it, which I think really, really works. And again, some of the best action I've seen in the Turtles. Anything. It's definitely a mix of, don't get me wrong, there's still some sillier moments. There's moments of levity and humor. But it's a mix of that, but more of an influence from those older Ninja Turtles comics, where it is a bit more self-serious, a little darker at times. And I thought it was a perfect storm. I thought it was very, very good. I really don't get the reason this is such a dark horse in the franchise for a lot of fans. Again, it's my favorite Ninja Turtles anything I've ever seen. So yeah, I don't think it's going to change too much, even though there's still a few animated films I have to see, and I have to see both Michael Bay's films. But Yeah, I will be doing a video on the original trilogy at some point, though, rest assured, and probably an overall ranking once I see all the Ninja Turtle stuff. But yeah, overall, I really, really adored TMNT 2007. I even remember playing the video game that came out for it a little bit on 360. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel. Do you really dislike it as much as at least the internet seems to? Or are you like me and kind of see the merit to it? So yeah, follow me on Facebook, or maybe not as much Facebook, but if you want to, but Twitter, Instagram, and of course here and YouTube. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.